Hey guys, welcome to the studios here at Center Target Firearms and Indoor Range. I'm Bret. Here's Ben, and you recognize this guy from his YouTube channel, GoldenWebb. And Ben, thank you for joining us today. We
Glad
always
to be
always a
back.
pleasure. We talked
Exactly.
probably 6 months ago, I think,
Yes.
about your channel, but we had some fun. Uh, we're going to have some fun with some things, and a big movie's coming out here next month, in a couple of weeks, as a matter of fact. And I think everybody knows the John Wick franchise. And everybody knows the guns of John Wick, knows the movie. And we got one right here.
Yes. This here is the Taran Tactical STI 2011. STI is now staccato for y'all that didn't know. But this was the actual firearm that was used in John Wick 3. This is probably one of the most popular firearms that everybody knows of, even though this is currently about a $8,500, $9,000 pistol. That being said, here at Center Target, they now have one that if you'd like to come and shoot on the range, it is now available. What do you think?
What I noticed about this was the trigger on it is
Yes.
is phenomenal. I've never shot anything, and I've got a staccato, and I've shot other guns. I shot a Dan West and CZ the other day, but this trigger
Yes.
is scary good.
Yeah, from what I can tell, we didn't actually take a actual weight
Yeah,
to it or
trigger
we
pull.
yeah trigger pull. I've got wheelers at the house,
Yeah.
but we didn't take one of this. But from what I can tell, it is about a point 1.5 trigger. If I had to guess, 1.5 pound. I felt 2.5 pound staccato XLs, and this one right here is actually even better than that. You pretty much breathe on it and it goes off. The reset on it is perfect as well. I mean, let's see here if I can get it in camera here. See the reset. As soon as you let off of it, you're right
Oh,
back there. Just single stage, perfect. I mean, it's like I was saying, one of the best, if not the best, triggers I've ever felt on the actual competition tactical firearm here. Something else about this firearm as well that I don't really know why Staccato kind of stepped away from it for is the lines of this gun. You can see you have a full Picatinny rail here on the bottom for lights, lasers. The lines here on this firearm match up perfect. I mean, it's just probably one of the most, if not the most beautiful
yeah.
firearm, if you can call a firearm beautiful, um,
You
I've ever
can. We
seen in
we
my
don't
life. Oh
judge. You
yes,
can. You
yes, you
can. We don't
do. You
judge.
can. But I mean, even the cutouts on the slide, and something that we was actually talking about after we shot this is that Atlas Gunworks found out pretty much that the best barrel length for a 2011 is 4.6 inches. The reason behind that is because whenever the slide reciprocates, if you have a forward heavy gun, whenever it comes up, slide reciprocates, comes back down, the muzzle will actually duck down, so you'll have negative recoil. Well, this firearm here, it's having a 5-inch barrel, so you'd think it would have negative recoil. But something that me and Brett both found out today is whenever you're shooting it, it would shot fire, reciprocate, come back, and your sight would be right perfect back there again. That's how you get them very, very quick follow up shots. But with this gun here, guys, I mean, like I said, I've shot the 2011 XL Staccato,
Yeah.
and I loved it too. Don't get me wrong, but now this gun right here, it just feels like a class in of its own.
Yeah, and I've got a staccato P I love. I shot the XL. And this thing right here, it's just the trigger is scary good. You're off to the reset before you know it. You're
Yes.
firing again. It caught me off guard a couple of times, especially first shot. I kind of jumped because it was scary that good. And then you look at it, and like Ben said, the lines and everything. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and it's nice to look at. It's like that special car or watch that you like. But I'm telling you guys, this thing will make the worst shooter good. I mean, it
Yes.
really will.
The kind of sad thing about this gun as well is that I about a year ago actually contacted Staccato. They had already changed the name from STI to Staccato, and I said, "Hey, I'm looking to possibly buy one of these within the next few months. I've been saving up plenty of money." And they was like, and the question I asked him was that, "Do you have any plans of making the Combat Masterpiece again, or the Combat Master?" And they said, "No, we do not, and we have no further plans on working with Taran." I don't know if it's a love hate relationship or what they've got going on there, but it wasn't a firm answer, but it was more like, hey, we just I don't think they got along, to be honest
Yeah,
with you. I could have read that wrong as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Who knows? But this gun is one that they pretty much 100% told me that will never be back around again. And this gun, whenever it first came out, was about around the 4,000 $4,500 range. 100% worth it then, and now they're a collector's item. You don't. I mean, this is the second one I've ever felt in my hands, and I've been to as many gun shows and everything else anybody else has. And like I said, the second one I've ever had in my hands, first time I've ever got to shoot one. And I can now 100% understand why they're
Yeah.
bringing the $8,500 price range, because not only is this a collector's value gun, but it's also it's worth it whenever it actually comes to a shooting standpoint.
Yeah, and it fits well with your hand. The
Yes.
ergonomics are great. I mean, for a gun of this stature, you expect that. It's got I love the magwell on it. The
Yeah.
grip and the magazines are. I like the magazines. I mean, look at those things.
Yeah,
Uh,
magazine's 20 rounds,
yeah, I mean,
plenty of firepower. I mean, it's just a very, very beautiful gun overall. Like the slide though, where it's got the slide cuts in it, just weighted perfect. I mean, I
yeah,
couldn't ask for any better.
yeah.
Like you say, you've got a Scott OP yourself, and this, even though it's made by the same people, which I understand the Scott OP is more of a duty rated
Yes, it
firearm,
is. Yeah,
but it's made by the same people. This is just leaps and bounds. Not throwing off
yeah.
on that gun, but
No,
it's just
no, no,
leaps and
no.
bounds
It
more
is. It
than
is. And I understand why this is $8,500.
yes.
Just the craftsmanship. It was being back. It was cleaned after we got done with the range. You'll see the shooting video footage here after we get done talking. But I was watching it as it was cleaned, and just the craftsmanship, Ben, is
Yes.
remarkable. You open it up and look at it. It's great. But yeah, by far, I would. Of course, I would take this over my P any
Yes.
day because it's just everything about it from top to bottom just fits well, it looks well, and it fires amazing.
Yes, I mean, and it looks like they really did take their time when building this, and also as well, Taran did have a lot to do with this, and that's why whenever I asked them, "Hey, you ever going to make another one?" and they said, "No, we don't," or "No, we won't," uh, just mainly because Staccato done a lot on this, but Taran also put his finishing touches on a lot, just like the severely undercut trigger guard where you can get that high purchase on it. You also have the cut trigger guard here, so whenever you get your non-dominant hand, wrap it underneath here, you have a good, clean, great grip that it's
Yes.
not going to come out of your hand. I never had to adjust my hand at all
No.
today while shooting. I mean, in the first generation tree bark grips, they feel amazing on it as well. The DLC finish that they got with this barrel here, that bronze look to it, it looks great. Some people don't really care much for that color, but I like it. It
Yeah.
looks good to me. But just that the way that they have it made is that whenever you put any bit of oil on here, I mean, we can hear it here. It feels like it's on ball bearings, and that's 100% the truth. Just everything about this gun is absolutely beautiful. You all know I always have to throw a con into it somewhere or another. The only con I can really find on this firearm is that it's not optics cut, which whenever the firearm was really made, optics on firearm or pistols, we'll say,
Yes.
was just getting a foothold. It wasn't where it is now, to where any Smith and Wesson, Glock, whatever else is coming out is already made with a optics cut on it. This gun here was the top of the top, and it
Yeah.
still is.
Yeah.
But it was the top of the top before any of that even come along, really, in the bigger market, I
Yeah.
guess you would
Yeah.
say. But besides that, though, guys, this is a firearm that you would hand down to your
Yeah.
children's children,
Yeah.
and if we're still around by that
Put it in
point,
a case, shoot it once a year for a
yes,
holiday. Say, here's your Christmas present. You can shoot it once. But getting back to the optic,
yes,
I didn't. Well, you don't have time. With the reset on that thing, I didn't have a problem with the sights.
no, I didn't
I
either.
and and
No,
and you really didn't have time.
no,
I
you
mean,
didn't.
the way this trigger pulls and
Yes,
it hits that reset and comes back, you hit it before you know it because it's that light. But you got a great view down the barrel there, down the slide, and it looks really good. And I wish it had an optic cut on it like you in case, but I wouldn't need one.
rear side here is a type of serrated U-notch. The front side is a fiber optic, and something else about this fiber optic is that it is plenty slim enough to where you've got plenty of light coming through on both sides of it whenever you're actually aiming the firearm, and the fiber optic is very, very small, so you can get that very precise
Yeah.
shot. I mean, even at one point, I was joking around before we even shot. I was like, "I want to try and draw a smiley face," and there
You
we
did,
go. We had
you
a
did.
smiley face for too long.
And the thing with it, some manufacturers try too hard with the front sight, and
Yes, they do.
they're too fat.
Yes,
The fiber optic is kind of swallowed up by the
yep.
back sides a little bit, but this is perfect from tip to tip. I mean, it's just I can't say enough about it. And you being more of a gun guy than I am, I mean, you're bragging about it just as much, and it's just
Exactly.
so we
Because
both agree.
I mean, this is the nicest firearm I've ever had in my hands and or shot.
Yeah.
There's just no question about it. They done a great job. Taryn put his perfect touches on it everywhere else. I mean, you just could not ask for a better firearm, and that's what pains me is that not everybody will be able. I mean, even at the $4,000 range, that's something that a lot of
Yeah,
people can
yeah.
never even afford in their life. And but now that it's $8,500, I'm blessed to even be sitting here holding this right now and actually put rounds down range. But now here at Center Target, for the low price of $35 and a little bit of ammunition, you can shoot this firearm just as much as I did, if not more.
Yeah, I mean, we run through a lot of 9 millimeter with this,
Yes.
and this gun makes me wish I had the flu today, so I hadn't shot it. It's that good. I mean,
Yes.
my problem is, man, and probably like you, is you shoot something and you fall in love with it, and you
Yes.
can't get out of your head, and
No.
that's what this does. And today's one of those days where if I'd had the flu and not here, I would have been okay with it because I wouldn't have
Yes.
had shoot that. But it is amazing, folks. Come in and check it out.
Yes.
Um, Ben approves of it. We
One
both,
hundred percent.
and the optic. I wish it had optic cut like Ben. So that's the only thing
Yeah,
that I
that's.
have a problem with. So
I mean, and that's me
yeah,
nitpicking on it. That's me trying to find something just so it doesn't sound like that we're not, looking
yeah,
over it
we
because
don't
we're
get no
blown away
money for
by it.
this. We don't get
Yes.
anything from this. We
No.
had the pleasure of shooting it though. So come on in, Center Target Firearms and Indoor Range today, and you can shoot this yourself, and you can be John Wick for a little while, for a couple of boxes of ammo at least. But it's amazing. We're going to ask you to please like and subscribe to our video. We want to thank everybody who has subscribed to our channel, and check out Ben's channel. It's one of the best channels out there, GoldenWebb. Check it out. He's really informative on his stuff. I like your casual studio. It's homey, it's casual. So check him out. That's GoldenWebb on YouTube, and we want to thank you guys for subscribing to our channel as well. So tell your friends, share it, and like and subscribe. And we're going to show you some footage from the range. We'll see you next week.